Have you ever wondered why some people keep moving forward while others stay trapped in the same place for years? The difference is rarely talent or luck. It's focus. The moment you stop chasing opinions, stop comparing yourself to everyone else, and start investing in your own growth, your life begins to change. Today's message is about one powerful decision that can completely transform your future. Ignore the noise, focus on yourself, and become the person you were meant to be. One of the biggest mistakes people make is believing that success is about defeating someone else. They spend years comparing their progress to friends, coworkers, classmates, or even strangers on social media. Every achievement they see becomes another reason to doubt themselves. Every success story feels like proof that they are falling behind. But comparison has never built confidence. It has never created excellence. It only steals your attention from the one person you truly need to improve, the person you were yesterday. Real growth begins when you stop asking, "Am I better than someone else?" and start asking, "Am I better than I was last week?" That simple shift changes everything. It removes unnecessary pressure and replaces it with personal responsibility. Instead of chasing another person's journey, you begin creating your own. You recognize that your life has its own timeline, your goals have their own path, and your progress deserves your full attention. Every successful person understands that improvement is built one day at a time. They don't wake up transformed overnight. They make small decisions that move them forward. They read a few more pages than yesterday. They practice a little longer. They become slightly more disciplined, slightly more patient, and slightly more focused. Those tiny improvements may seem insignificant in a single day, but over months and years they create extraordinary results. The person you were yesterday already gave you valuable lessons. Maybe you procrastinated. Maybe you wasted time worrying about opinions that didn't matter. Maybe you allowed fear to stop you from taking action. Those experiences are not meant to define you. They are meant to teach you. Every mistake contains a lesson if you are willing to learn instead of complain. Every setback becomes useful when it encourages you to make a wiser decision today. Progress is not about perfection. It is about consistency. You do not need to become the best in the world this week. You only need to become a little stronger than you were yesterday. Improve your habits, sharpen your mindset, strengthen your character, learn one new skill, eliminate one bad habit. Keep making small deposits into your future because those deposits eventually become the wealth of your character and the foundation of your success. When your attention stays fixed on your own development, distractions lose their power. Criticism becomes less intimidating because you measure yourself by your own standards instead of someone else's expectations. Envy disappears because another person's success no longer threatens your confidence. Their achievements simply remind you that growth is possible for anyone willing to commit to the process. The greatest victories in life are rarely won against other people. They are won in the quiet moments when you choose discipline over excuses, learning over comfort, action over hesitation, and improvement over complacency. Every day offers another opportunity to become wiser, stronger, and more capable than the person you were the day before. That is the competition that produces lasting confidence, meaningful success, and a life built on continuous personal growth. One of the fastest ways to lose control of your life is to place your happiness in the hands of other people. The moment you begin making decisions based on what everyone else might think, you stop living according to your purpose and start living according to their expectations. Approval may feel rewarding for a moment, but if it becomes your motivation, it slowly takes away your confidence, your independence, and your ability to make choices that truly serve your future. Many people spend years trying to impress others. They change their goals to fit in. They hide their true ideas because they fear criticism. They avoid taking risks because they worry about being judged if they fail. Instead of asking themselves what they really want, they constantly ask what others will think. That habit creates a life built on fear instead of growth. No matter how hard you try, you will never earn the approval of everyone. Every person has different opinions, different expectations, and different standards. Chasing all of them is an impossible mission. The most successful people understand that opinions are everywhere, but direction comes from within. They listen to constructive advice, but they do not allow every voice to determine their path. They know that criticism often says more about the person giving it than the person receiving it. If you let every opinion influence your decisions, you will spend your life changing direction instead of making progress. A person who constantly seeks approval becomes distracted from the work that truly matters. Confidence is not built when everyone applauds you. Confidence is built when you continue moving forward even when no one notices. It grows every time you keep a promise to yourself. It grows when you remain committed to your goals despite doubt, misunderstanding, or temporary setbacks. Real confidence comes from knowing that your actions align with your values, not from collecting praise from others. Remember that every great achievement was once questioned by someone. Every bold decision faced criticism before it earned respect. If inventors, entrepreneurs, artists, and leaders had waited for universal approval, many remarkable accomplishments would never have existed. Progress requires the courage to act before everyone agrees with your vision. Sometimes the people around you cannot see your future because they are only looking at your present circumstances. Your responsibility is not to satisfy every expectation. Your responsibility is to become the best version of yourself. That requires making decisions based on purpose rather than popularity. It requires accepting that some people will misunderstand you, disagree with you, or even doubt you. None of those reactions determine your potential unless you allow them to. The moment you stop chasing approval, you gain something far more valuable: freedom. Freedom to think clearly, freedom to grow at your own pace, freedom to pursue meaningful goals without constantly looking over your shoulder for permission. Your energy becomes focused on learning, improving, creating, and building a life that reflects your principles instead of someone else's opinions, allowing your actions to be guided by conviction, discipline, and a clear vision for the future. Your greatest assets are not your money, your possessions, or even your talents. They are your time, your energy, and your attention. Once a day has passed, you can never get it back. Once your energy has been drained on things that do not matter, it becomes harder to invest in the work that truly changes your life. Every successful person understands this principle. They know that where attention goes, progress follows. They protect these valuable resources because they realize that the quality of their future depends on how wisely they use them today. Many people wake up each morning with good intentions, but spend their day reacting instead of creating. They allow endless notifications, unnecessary conversations, meaningless arguments, and constant distractions to consume hours they can never recover. They become busy without becoming productive. At the end of the day, they feel exhausted, yet they have made very little progress toward the goals that matter most. Being occupied is not the same as being effective. Motion does not always equal advancement. If you want extraordinary results, you must become selective about what deserves your attention. Every invitation does not require your acceptance. Every debate does not deserve your response. Every opinion does not require your defense. Learning to say no is not selfish. It is a sign that you understand the value of your purpose. Every time you say yes to something unimportant, you are saying no to something that could have improved your future. Your energy also deserves careful protection. Negative environments, constant complaints, and relationships built on drama quietly steal motivation. You may not notice the effect immediately, but over time, they reduce your enthusiasm, weaken your focus, and make even simple tasks feel difficult. On the other hand, surrounding yourself with positive influences, meaningful conversations, and people who encourage growth creates an atmosphere where discipline becomes easier and progress feels natural. Attention is the currency of achievement. Whatever receives your consistent attention begins to grow. If you constantly focus on problems, fear becomes stronger. If you focus on excuses, procrastination becomes a habit. But when you focus on learning, practicing, and improving your skills, your confidence expands. Every minute invested in becoming better produces returns that no distraction can offer. The mind follows what it repeatedly observes, so choose carefully what you allow to occupy your thoughts. Successful people are not simply more talented than everyone else. They are often better at eliminating distractions. They create routines that protect their priorities. They schedule time for learning, planning, exercising, and working without allowing unnecessary interruptions to control their day. They understand that consistency is impossible without protecting the hours that matter most. Your future is shaped by what you repeatedly give your attention to. Guard your mornings, protect your peace, and invest your energy where it creates lasting value. The fewer distractions you allow into your life, the more space you create for discipline, creativity, wisdom, and meaningful achievement, turning each day into another step toward the person you are determined to become. One of the most powerful habits you can develop is learning to work quietly while your dreams are taking shape. In a world where people feel pressured to announce every goal, every plan, and every small step, there is tremendous strength in silent progress. You do not need constant recognition to become successful. You do not need everyone's attention to improve your life. Your responsibility is not to impress people with your intentions, but to commit yourself to the daily work that produces undeniable results. Many people confuse talking with accomplishing. They spend more time explaining what they are going to do than actually doing it. They seek encouragement before they have earned confidence through action. While there is nothing wrong with sharing a vision, there is a danger in becoming satisfied with discussing success instead of pursuing it. Every hour spent talking about your goals is an hour that could have been invested in developing the skills needed to achieve them. Real growth often happens in moments that no one else sees. It happens when you wake up early to learn while others are still asleep. It happens when you continue practicing after everyone else has stopped. It happens when you choose discipline over comfort, reading over mindless entertainment, preparation over procrastination, and patience over shortcuts. These quiet moments rarely receive applause, but they create the foundation for extraordinary achievements. Silence also protects your focus. When too many people know your plans, you invite unnecessary opinions, distractions, and doubts into your journey. Some people may discourage you because they cannot imagine what you are trying to build. Others may question your abilities simply because they have accepted limitations in their own lives. Their opinions only become obstacles if you allow them to replace your conviction. Keeping your attention on the work instead of the commentary allows your progress to remain steady and your confidence to grow from experience rather than approval. The most convincing evidence of success is not a speech, a promise, or a social media post. It is consistent results. Results require no explanation because they speak with complete clarity. When your knowledge increases, people notice. When your character becomes stronger, people notice. When your habits become disciplined, your opportunities begin to multiply. Success has a way of introducing itself without needing constant announcements. Patience is an essential part of building in silence. Progress is rarely dramatic in the beginning. There will be days when it feels as though your efforts are invisible. There will be moments when you wonder whether your hard work is making any difference. During those times, remember that every meaningful achievement grows beneath the surface before it becomes visible. Just as a tree develops deep roots before reaching impressive heights, your character, discipline, and abilities are strengthening long before others recognize the transformation. Keep improving without seeking applause. Continue learning without demanding recognition. Stay committed when no one is watching and remain faithful to your daily habits, even when results seem distant. The work you do in private becomes the strength you display in public, and the discipline you practice in silence eventually creates accomplishments that no criticism can diminish, and no words could ever describe more powerfully than the evidence of your own consistent success. Extraordinary growth is rarely the result of one big opportunity or one lucky moment. It is the result of ordinary actions repeated with extraordinary consistency. The habits you practice every day shape the person you become. Discipline is not about making one impressive effort and then stopping. It is about showing up day after day, even when motivation is low, even when progress feels slow, and even when no one is watching. The small decisions you make each day quietly determine the quality of your future. Many people wait until they feel inspired before they take action. They believe they need the perfect mood, the perfect circumstances, or the perfect timing. But successful people understand that motivation comes and goes, while discipline remains dependable. They do not ask themselves whether they feel like working. They simply do what needs to be done. They know that feelings are temporary, but habits become permanent. When discipline becomes part of your identity, you no longer depend on emotions to guide your actions. Growth begins with simple commitments. Reading a few pages every day expands your knowledge. Exercising consistently strengthens your body. Practicing a valuable skill improves your ability. Saving a small amount regularly builds financial security. None of these actions seem remarkable on a single day, but together they create remarkable results over time. Success is often hidden inside routines that appear ordinary to everyone else. Discipline also teaches patience. In today's world, people expect immediate results. They want instant success, instant recognition, and instant rewards. When those rewards do not appear quickly, many give up and search for an easier path. Yet lasting achievement has never been built on shortcuts. It grows steadily through persistence. Every day of disciplined effort adds another brick to the foundation of your future, even when the progress is too small to notice. There will always be distractions competing for your attention. Comfort will invite you to postpone your goals. Excuses will sound reasonable. Procrastination will promise that tomorrow is a better day to begin. Discipline refuses to listen to those voices. It understands that tomorrow is created by what you choose today. Every time you keep your commitment instead of following your excuses, you strengthen your character and increase your confidence. Another reward of discipline is self-respect. Every promise you keep to yourself proves that you are becoming someone you can trust. Confidence does not come from positive thinking alone. It comes from repeated evidence that you can rely on your own actions. Each completed task, each healthy choice, and each productive day becomes proof that you are capable of achieving greater goals. Remember that the distance between where you are and where you want to be is crossed one disciplined day at a time. Great achievements are not reserved for people with perfect circumstances. They belong to those who continue moving forward despite challenges, setbacks, and temporary disappointments. Stay committed to the process, honor your daily routines, and keep improving one step at a time, because the discipline you practice today is quietly building the strength, wisdom, resilience, and success that will define the person you become tomorrow and for years to come. Success is not determined by how many opportunities you chase, but by how faithfully you commit yourself to the opportunities that truly matter. A focused life is a life with direction. It is the decision to stop scattering your efforts across countless distractions and instead devote your time, energy, and attention to goals that align with your values and purpose. When your focus becomes clear, your actions become more intentional, your progress becomes more consistent, and your results become more meaningful. One of the greatest obstacles to success is divided attention. Many people begin exciting projects with enthusiasm, only to abandon them when something new appears. They jump from one idea to another, hoping that the next opportunity will finally bring the breakthrough they have been searching for. In reality, constant switching often delays progress. Mastery is developed through commitment, not constant change. Every worthwhile achievement demands time, patience, and repeated effort before it begins to reveal its rewards. A focused person understands the importance of priorities. They know that not every opportunity deserves an immediate response. They are willing to sacrifice temporary pleasures for long-term gains. They choose learning over endless entertainment, preparation over procrastination, and meaningful work over unnecessary distractions. These decisions may seem small from day to day, but together they shape a life built on purpose instead of impulse. Focus also gives you the ability to overcome challenges without losing direction. Difficulties are unavoidable. There will be setbacks, criticism, unexpected delays, and moments of disappointment. Without a clear purpose, those obstacles become reasons to quit. With a clear purpose, they become problems to solve. A focused mind is not easily discouraged because it remembers the destination, even when the road becomes difficult. Instead of allowing obstacles to define the journey, it adapts, learns, and continues moving forward. Another advantage of focus is that it increases the quality of your work. When your attention is fully invested in one task, you think more clearly, make better decisions, and produce better results. Excellence is rarely created by people who divide their concentration among countless distractions. It is created by those who give their best effort to what is directly in front of them. Every moment of complete attention strengthens your abilities and deepens your understanding. Living with focus also brings peace of mind. Constant comparison, unnecessary competition, and endless distractions create confusion and anxiety. When you know what matters most, you stop wasting emotional energy on things that do not contribute to your growth. You become less concerned with proving yourself to others and more committed to becoming the person you are capable of becoming. Your confidence grows because your actions are guided by purpose rather than by pressure. A meaningful life is not built through occasional bursts of effort, but through consistent attention to worthwhile goals. Stay committed to your vision, protect your priorities, and refuse to let distractions steal your future. Every focused decision strengthens your character. Every disciplined action moves you closer to your purpose. And every day of intentional living creates the foundation for lasting success that continues to grow through persistence, wisdom, and unwavering commitment to becoming your very best. Thank you for watching. If this message inspired you, don't let it end here. Put these principles into action and commit to becoming better every single day. Stay focused on your growth. Trust the process, and remember that your future is created by the choices you make today. If you found value in this speech, like, share, subscribe, and keep moving forward with purpose.